What's going on, my psychedelic squadron? It's your boy Trippy here, man, and we're about to go ahead and get into budget players that are under 20K at each offensive position that can help your team today, especially if you're just trying to get a team good enough to go ahead and grind solos, get you through them a little bit easier. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, two-piece those mofos that'll help the channel grow tremendously, and don't forget to comment down below which cards you think should be on this list as well. If you agree with me, if you don't with some of them, leave it down below. I'm all up for a discussion. But let's go ahead and get into the list, guys. First up, of course, we got free Baker Mayfield from the NFL Epics Solo Challenges. It doesn't get any better than this when it comes to free, period, as far as budget is concerned. 86 overall with 87 throw power. He's got 75 speed, by the way. I should have started with his physical attributes. 79 acceleration, 78 agility. Pretty decent at this point in mud, just to kind of get you a little bit mobility outside of the pocket. 87 throw power, 84 throw short. His throw medium is a little bit leaving something to be desired, but it's 81 throw deep, 84 throw on the run, 85 play action, 85 throw under pressure, and a 78 break sack, which is actually a little better than what you would think at this point in MUT. So honestly, it doesn't take long to get Baker at all. It literally, depending on how good you are or what plays you know and kind of who you have to kind of go along with your team, can literally take you about maybe an hour and some change to get Baker, depending on, you know, if you're trying to get all the bonuses and stuff. And next up, we have halfback Tariq Cohen, 80 overall. Now, as of right now, this 80 overall card has 83 speed, 84 acceleration, 88 agility with an 83 juke move, 78 spin move, 80 80 elusiveness. And his break tackle is only a 73. But the beautiful part about this is you do end up getting him for less than a 13.5K out of one of the MUT level packs if you're starting off pretty early, except when you can get an even better version for free. As you can see, he does have a theme builders card that is even better, way better if you ask me, when it comes to the ball carrier statistics, as he jumps from an 83 or 80 whatever it was to a 90 juke move with an 86 spin move with an 88 elusiveness. Then of course his speed goes up by 2, his acceleration and agility. I don't know if you've played him on head to head, but he is a monster when it comes to the return game. So you have a game changer back there returning your kicks and punts. You could be absolutely deadly, and all you got to do is grind. This may sound redundant, but 16 solos to go ahead and get him. And next up, starting off the receiver portion of this video, is going to be the 81 overall version of Brandon Cooks. Checking out his speed, he does have an 86 speed, 83 acceleration with an 86 agility, and an 80 catch. For this low overall of a player for 14K, to get this speed coupled with that catching really isn't that bad at all. Now you're probably looking at his route running, his catching traffic, and all these things. His release is bad, and his after the catch stats really aren't that impressive at all. But when you compare him to Tariq Hill and you see what he does and what his job is, which I'm about to go ahead and do right now, they really aren't that far off. Outside of the physical traits as far as speed, which of course Tariq Hill's, you know, strength is going to get a bit of a boost in because of, you know, his natural talents. But his catching, his awareness, his jumping is going to be a little bit higher than Brandon Cooks, but his catching is actually less than Brandon Cooks. His awareness is actually less than Brandon Cooks. His trucking, which is weird, is less than Brandon Cooks. But all of his ball carrier stats afterwards are higher than or lower than Tariq Hill. So he's not really that bad of a card, and if you know how to use your scheme correctly, you don't need a Tariq Hill on your team to just kind of burn the sidelines. You can get a Brandon Cooks fill in, save those coins, and still do damage. Another honorable mention I was going to say that basically fills the same role, just not as well as far as like the catching stats, is Will Fuller. Real quick, let's go ahead and look at his speed. 86 speed, 84 acceleration, 78 agility. Not really the best run after the catch stats either. A little better of a juke move and elusiveness than Brandon Cooks, but still in that little I'm not really too sure range. He only goes for 4K, and really all he only has is one job: just burn deep, take a safety, take a cornerback down the field, and maybe, just maybe, he'll go ahead and occupy somebody so he can get somebody free underneath. And then next up on the list, teetering right around that 20K range on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, is going to be Amari Cooper. Now, if you look at his stats with 83 speed, which is not bad at this point in MUT, he is what, 6'1", 225? I will go ahead and say that 6'2" range. 81 acceleration with an 87 agility right off the bat, 79 catching, 79 mid-route running. Those are some of his best stats, as well as some run under the catch ability with 81 juke move. And the beautiful part about him as well is you can go ahead and get a theme builders card with him, grind some solos, and increase his overall by a little bit more as well. And then if you power him up, of course, you get that +1 on everything, which makes him an even deadlier receiver going forward in MUT. Now, as far as the tight ends are concerned, there really wasn't too much to work with. Outside of Kittle, outside of Ertz, outside of Kelsey, then of course those are going to be the 40K and up club as far as like how much it takes to go ahead and acquire those players. It's really Greg Olsen, Delaney Walker, Jordan Reed. Then you got a couple other run blocking tight ends down below, but I went ahead and went with Jordan Reed to go on this list with a 75 speed, 81 awareness, 78 acceleration and agility, or 78 agility, excuse me. 84 catching, which is really good. His catching traffic is a wee bit low, if you ask me. I figured that should be more in the 80 kind of range, but you know how they want to go ahead and keep it, you know, as leveled as possible. But tight end, I'm going to go ahead and go with 80 overall Jordan Reed to go ahead and boost my team just a little bit. And now we get to the big boy portion of this list, and we're going to go ahead and start off with left tackle Jason Peters. Now, he was going for a little bit less not too long ago, for about the 12K range, and I know because I bought him for 12K not too long ago. His strength is going to be his greatest asset. Now, his awareness is pretty decent, and if you power him up, of course, you get a +1 everything. But his pass blocking is going to be his bread and butter. His run blocking leaves a little bit to be desired. But in all honesty, man, he's really not that bad of a card. And compared to all the other 80 to 81 overall cards, his strength is, I want to say, like way higher. +4 in my opinion at this point is way higher. And then all the other cards had like 69 pass block, 60 this, and then a freaking 71. Like, nobody wants that. Is head and shoulders above the other cards in his price range. Next, we have the left guard position, which is going to be the power up version of Quentin Nelson with an 89 strength, which if I'm not mistaken is the highest strength outside of Larry Allen. I could be wrong on that. Do not quote me yet again. His stats really aren't that amazing, but he does have really good impact blocking and a couple 80s in the areas of what you would like. And on top of this, his power up doesn't really go for about 12K. It goes for that maybe kind of 12 to 15K range at most at the moment. But it only takes 67 training to go ahead and power him up to get him to a 79 overall, which his stats are here. You can look at that, which you can look at the 79 overall stats. But with him being only an 81 overall core elite, you can actually take the 62 to 81 overall power up pass, power him up, and you can get him for half the price that it would take to go ahead and actually get the Quentin Nelson base elite. Next on the list for the center position is going to be Alex Mack. Now, his run blocking stats are going to be his bread and butter. His strength is an 83. A lot of his run blocking stats are between the 80 to 84 range. His pass blocking really isn't going to be all that good, but his lead blocking and his impact blocking are going to be what separates him from a lot of other centers. Then yet again, another theme builder. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. I didn't realize he had a theme builder until now. He has an 89 awareness with 85 strength, 87 run block. His run block is still going to be his bread and butter. His pass block is still going to leave something to be desired, but at the same time, he was free, 86 overall, and he's a monster in the run game. He can hold down that middle of your offensive line for a long time. 2 more positions left, and out of those 2 positions, we have Brandon Sheriff. His strength rating, which I feel is key on every offensive lineman, is going to be an 83. 81 run block, 78 run block power, 82 run block finesse. His lead block is an 83 and his impact block is a 79. You can power him up and you get a +1 on all that just to kind of get the impact block and a couple other things up there. Just who actually expect him and Quentin Nelson to get another card soon because they're pretty damn good players. And I think they started them off a little bit low, and I think they're going to go ahead and make up for it with some sort of promotion here in the near future. Last but certainly not least is going to be Ryan Ramczyk. Now, honestly, there aren't too many right tackles out and about right now to go ahead and compare him. And unfortunately, outside of his strength and awareness, none of his blocking stats are over 80. But they're very well rounded in the run and the pass game, as long as you stay away from that pass block finesse and you but outside of that, he's a pretty solid card, and of course you can power him up to get some of those up to that 80 threshold, so to speak. But unless you're going up against Khalil Mack, JJ Watt and them boys, I don't really expect him to have too much of an issue holding down the fort for too long. But I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form. If it did help you, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Two-piece those mofos that'll help the channel grow tremendously. And make sure you comment down below any budget players for 20K or less that I may have missed that you think should be on this list. Stay tuned for more Madden 20 content such as this. And until next time, fellas, peace. Oh, Ertz. Oh my God, catch and run. Let's go. Oh, that's a touchdown. Come on, get in there. Let's go, Ertz. You will not be denied.